Hi, good evening, everybody. Thank you for being with us. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Alex Wong, and I'm an entrepreneur. I own an accounting business with my wife, Lily, which some of you may know. And I also partnered in a field development project and interior design business. Well, tonight is not about me. Tonight is about a continuation from my session with Douglas and 𝗟𝗃. Let me bring Douglas himself in. Hi, Douglas.
Hi.
Welcome. Last time we spoke was in October, 6 months ago?
Yes. I think October, middle to end October last year.
Yeah. Geez, time really fly. Let me bring 𝗟𝗃 in too. Hi, 𝗟𝗃.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. Very nice to be back on air with you guys. Thanks, Alex, for inviting me. Thank you.
Yeah. So, Douglas, let me start with you first. Let's get an update. What have you been up to for the last 6 months?
Plenty. It has been an amazing journey in the last 6 months. Personally, I've learned to appreciate the pandemic in a new way. I've attended so many other classes and learning many new things. And it's just been an amazing journny. I mean, when we last spoke, I think I did tell you that it'll take at least 8 months to come back. And why it would take 8 months is so it gives 𝗟𝗃 and I some time to figure out what we're going to be really wanting to do with the new company. And I did say that I wanted to start with the end in mind. So to give us the time to see how to develop it, create it, and what we want to, the big picture, not just come up and just do whatever we used to do. So that was one of the reasons. And the other reason is to take a break and also to close the previous company down properly, responsibly, properly, and have time to wind that down. And to be honest with you, I didn't give myself any time to grieve when we decided to close down. I didn't give any time for myself to grieve the part where we were closing down. I just brushed it off and just went full steam ahead, and I didn't give the space for myself to let go, release, reveal. I mean, and to get into that. The emotional part of it, I didn't allow myself. So I took the time to also do that. And most importantly, to learn some other stuff. I've had some great time learning about cryptocurrency. I've not had a migraine in like maybe 20 years, I think, since I started going for cryptocurrency. I'm like, oh my God, there's a whole new world out there that I didn't even know about, which I resisted. I resist technology, and to me, cryptocurrency is like a whole new world with all this computer stuff, and oh my God, it really did my head in. And a couple of days I had migraines learning about all the stuff. I'm like, oh my God, I don't think I can do this, but I decided to go ahead anyway. So there were many things I got involved with, and for me, it's also clarifying for myself what I wanted to be about moving forward. So, itu macam.
How about your MLM and the investment or your other investment part go? How is it going?
Oh, it's doing great. The gold and silver is doing great. The people I have also introduced it to are making some great returns. Investing in classics that could never go away. And so for me, these are just mechanisms. So MLM is a mechanism to create an income, but that's like a 2 to 5 year commitment and all of that. You see, so it's not like an instant thing. So anyone who says it's an instant thing is living under some kind of illusion. So that's a long journey. It's about creating and supporting people, and so it's not obviously going to generate immediate income. And so and gold and silver is more about keeping it for the long term, and it's also a long term thing. And 32% is very good returns per annum. But I was also looking for other things. I wanted to be, I'm creating my own tribe of supporting. Of course, I'm learning about what else is out there. And I found other mechanisms that can support people to generate incomes right now. So short term, medium term, and long term. So that's how I'm dividing it up, how to create income. So I'm creating my own tribe on let's find ways to create and generate income. And gold is just one mechanism. Silver and gold is one mechanism. MLM is one mechanism, but there are others which I've learned and gotten myself involved with, and it's turning out great. And at the same time, learning about all this stuff and creating my tribe for income generation. Apart from that, is also doing this and other things.
Okay. I heard about a book too, an authoring of a book. Can you give us a bit of insight into that?
I don't want to talk too much about the book right now because it's still in process. And I don't want to, because some of it is not up to me, because I've done my part. So yes, there is a book coming, and that is exciting for me as well. Learning how to do one, going into that program and writing it, and being involved with a group of other authors and learning from them and attending the seminars, the mastermind sessions, and so major learning. But I'm not ready right now to announce about the book.
Okay.
Let's just say it's work in progress.
Okay. Always a suspense. Okay. Let's go to KH for now.
Make sure you get one when I do announce. You prepare to get one.
Sure. Let's give some airtime to KH now. KH, how about you? What have you been up to besides winning conversation workshop?
Not as exciting as Douglas's life, as you know. It's very difficult to keep up with our friend. But like Douglas, the MCO of the pandemic has given me some downtime, which I needed.
Okay.
And I was surprised at how much I could sleep when we stopped working. So that was one. So I needed the rest, and I got that. And another thing that the pandemic, it was a blessing, was because it put me in a position where I had to create something of my own. Because in the previous company, I would be quite comfortable letting the others run it, and I would just kind of follow behind, and I don't really have to step up. But this time, with the pandemic and with nothing else behind me, I came up with what you just mentioned, with the Winning Conversations workshop. And that for me is very special because that's the first time I have designed a training. And I kind of feel a little bit happy about it, because the first kind of serious training that I designed is actually a 3-weekend training, which is kind of, yeah. And that training has gone very well and has surprised me, because, in other words, what I created has been more than I expected based on the response and the way the training has come up. So I'm very happy with that. So, and in the meantime, I am at home. I've learned how to cook quite a few things, and I do all the cooking in the house now. My parents are kind of 90 and over, and therefore, but my cooking is what we call hack. In other words, I find ways to cook the lazy way, the fast way, the lazy way, and still have it tasty enough, and still have enough variety so that they don't get bored. So once in a while, I come up with something new. So basically, it's a quiet life for me, apart from the training. And I appreciate the training because I did need to earn my pocket money over time, and the Winning Conversations has kind of like moved forward. And I'm also moving forward with a parenting workshop, which is kind of like redesigned as well. And that will be the next thing you might hear from me. Apart from whatever Douglas is going to say, I'm going to let him say it first. Because, yeah. So I have been, in a way, getting ready for tonight, for this new adventure. Of course, we all knew that. Remember 6 months ago when when you talked to Douglas and me, it was like we knew it was coming. It just we wanted to make sure that it was done right. So 8 months was a great estimate, as it turns out, and you'll hear from that a bit later. So that's where I'm coming from, and I'm ready for the exciting future that we are going to unveil to you tonight. Thank you.
Douglas, are you there or? Yeah, back to you, Douglas. So I can't wait to hear about this new training company. All the graduates are dying to hear about it. Tell us more.
Okay, so over the last couple of months, we have been working very hard on mainly launching something unique first. Instead of jumping in straight into the familiar work that we have been doing, we wanted to launch with something different and something else. And so we have been in constant negotiations with a school, a coaching school in the United States. And they also have basically the whole of America is the North and South. And they're also in South America and North America. So it's the largest coaching school over there. And we wanted to bring that to Asia. So negotiating and working all of that out it has taken quite a fair bit of time. KH and I have been working with them for a long time because it's the phenomenal work, not just understanding the body of work that we're bringing, but also in terms of all the negotiations, the nitty-gritty, the trainers and the scheduling and all of that. So it's like bringing a school where it's like in the top 3, and it's like the Lamborghini of coaching, and so therefore it took some time to handle. So we wanted, when we launched, to have a big, many different offerings. So maybe we can, I don't know, we can announce it now. I don't know. Can't hear you.
Do you have the name for your company yet? Before we go into the juicy bit, let's have the training company name. What is it going to be called?
Okay, so it's called Heart Knocks.
Heart Knocks?
Yes, Heart Knocks. Okay, so I got inspired by, so over the period, all of us know about the school of hard knocks, HARD, Hard Knocks, which is basically the school of life, which is what life brings us. And when people say which university you graduated from, and then we say, oh, I came from the school of Hard Knocks, that just means Hard Knocks is like life. Your university was life. So we wanted to have a wordplay. And in the previous company, I thought we had a great name. So I wanted to have a great name where we can also have a great on the wordplay to have different layers of meaning. So our big company, the overall company, is called Hard Knocks. And because we have been in the last, since the pandemic started, a lot of people have had hard knocks in their life. And they have been knocked over. I've been knocked over. Everybody's been knocked over in some way or another. Some are still suffering from the effects of the pandemic, and many people has been knocked all kinds of ways. So I'm thinking, we need to remember the heart. That we need to bring the heart back into all of that, because or else we'll be hardened based on the circumstances and all the hard knocks that's happened to us. We will start to harden ourselves, and maybe we forget to bring our heart back in. So, Hard Knocks is the name of the company. And within that company, there will be several divisions which will be focused on different areas. And of course, all of them will be a play on a word play.
So how does all these things lead to the new content of the training? Like, what are the courses are you guys going to offer? When are we going to start?
Okay, so based on that premise and that thinking of Hard Knocks, and also we have spent so much of time online. We are spending so much in. I can sit over here, and that's why I got my gamer's chair. And it's amazing. I love this gamer's chair. It keeps my posture upright. It supports me to keep my back straight and not slouch as much. Keeps me upright. It's awesome. because I'm spending so much time in front of my computer, in front of my iPad, my phone, my computer, and everything we're doing is, well, I'm doing is all online. All my online classes, I've been attending so many. So I'm thinking we're spending so much of time with hardware, and most of the graduates would be interested to know about the 3-level trainings that we used to do and they love. So I think we'll start with that and introduce that division. And our online training division, which will be live online training, not pre-recorded. So therefore, we've called this division where the online trainings are, we're going to call it hardware. So there it is. Hard Knocks online division is called hardware, and that is a play on hardware, as you can see, because we are so much into the hardware. We want to bring the heart into our online training, so we're calling it hardware. So our online division will begin somewhere in the last quarter. It might be slightly earlier. We don't know yet. We're still working out on scheduling. There's tons of scheduling that we need to handle. So we're calling it hardware. And everything that we do online is going to have the plus over there. So ALS Plus, as people know, ALS Advanced Living Series Online, for short is ALS Plus. Discovery Plus will be offered, and that is a mistake over there. It should read Turning Point. So I don't want to do the transformation training online. When we last spoke, I was very clear. I did not want to do the transformation training online. And I feel it'll be a complete sellout. I can get into that, but I'm not going to do it right now. On Thursday night, at the end of the session, there will be an invitation to all our graduates who want to know more about Hard Knocks and what we are going to be doing and what we're up to. And if they want to participate with us, they can come for our private Zoom meeting. The link will be given afterwards. They can come for the private Zoom meeting and to see how they would like to participate with us, either as a student or be on creation teams or on any other team. Okay, so and the details will be at the Thursday night event. So hardware, the online division with all the plus there will represent the online section. So Discovery Plus, Turning Point. So Turning Point is going to be like a 2-day bridge from Discovery into Legacy. And then we're going to do the Legacy Plus because it will be different from when we get to face-to-face. And then BLS, Blissful Living Series Online, the Master's Course Plus, Personal Mastery Plus, and then CLW will be reworked in such a way that it will be made available online. In the previous company, some people already experienced that, so we're just naming that Plus. So Leap Plus, Power of Intimacy Plus, Relationship Workshop Plus. And then we've got KH's offering, which is Winning Conversations, and he has had the last 5 months worth of practice and developed it, and it has improved. Every single class is better than the previous one, and so we're going to put it as part of our online offering. And he's also developing a new program called Discovering Your Child, and that's also going to be made available online and will only be offered online. That's why there's no plus there, because those two programs will only show up online. So that's hardware. And the next division, because we're going to be so much into hardware, you know, it's like, what happens when we can get to face-to-face? And are we going to go back to that raw energy that everybody loves? You and I know that, you know, and that's the complaint that people have about, oh no, you know, we love your trainings because the live training or the face-to-face trainings are awesome. That's why we wanted to do it. And if you guys just go online, what's going to happen? Because we know some things cannot be translated and cannot be moved or morphed as a high impact online training. You know, you and I know it. For example, the transformation training, like I said earlier, That's not going to, we're not going to have an online version. There are some elements in there, if you can even visualize it. Now, can we develop an online version? Of course we can. It's about mechanics after all. It's about the how to. Can we change it up? Of course we can. But will it lose some of the powerful learning and the byproduct of having it be live? I think it will. For certain things, I think it'll be personally will be a sellout. So we reserve the transformation training for the way it was designed and the way I like to do it, for a once in a lifetime experience to be a live training face to face. So will we have the live trainings? Of course. When the pandemic is over and we don't know when that's going to be. We have got no clue when that's going to arrive, and if we plan for it, we're going to just disappoint people. And we are looking at redoing it. So our next division is the going to the core of who we are. So that is why we are calling the next division Hardcore. So Hardcore will be the personal division, and this is the face-to-face interaction. This is where we get back together in the training room again, or whatever we come up with. Not going to say too much yet. So the Hardcore division will be here post-pandemic, and it'll be what people already know. And we may make some adjustments because we're going to have this two running at the same time. And they're going to, people who finish hardware can come into the Hardcore. And if we go back into another lockdown, as I predict that we will, from Hardcore, we can go back into hardware. So, and people who have done one section will get a special prize, of course, to move into the other one. And there'll be some things that will be done in hardware that will not be in Hardcore. So, you know, it's a great play on the word hardcore because that's like really in your face. So I think if people have done the hardware first, they at least have the conceptual stuff and they have an experience, and then they have, we go into the face-to-face trainings, then we can really get to the core of what really matters. Because like I said, some things you don't want to say online, you don't want to do it online because some things can be recorded and then kept, and you don't know what goes on. But, you know, at least in an environment where we have some level of control on confidentiality, we can really get to the core of what it means. So getting to the core and getting to the core of your heart, right down there, deep down. So that's why we're calling it the Hardcore, getting to the core of who you are. So that's how we came up with Hardcore. And we are going to launch with our first division, and that's the new thing, and that's our coaching school. And our coaching school, like I said, is going to be phenomenal. We have done so much work around this. It's not funny. And I'm really excited about this because it's like a school. It's a 9-month, we are launching it. We're launching this division and this agreement with this company called ICG, Ideal Coaching Global, which is the school I talked to you about earlier, which I mentioned earlier. And we've got several programs in there. And this is like high end, okay? And we're going to have a special event on Friday, coming Friday, that will focus more on this new division. Now, this new division, we also have a heart name attached to it. And let's see if we can figure what it is. As you can tell, I'm so excited, okay? It's called Hardwired. Let's just put it out there. I can't even. Okay, it's called Hardwired. Hardwired will be our coaching division. And it'll be, you know, and why hardwired? Well, you see, we have been hardwired to think a certain way. And because we actually have the capacity to rewire everything. And when we have certain habits or things that we do repeatedly, our belief structure, the way we see the world, the narratives that we have about ourselves, the world, the environment, creates hardwiring in our brain. And so therefore, we have conversations, narratives about ourselves, other people in the world, all gets enmeshed together with this wiring. And we are so hardwired to think a certain way. And I think if we step back and we become different observers of ourselves and of life, then the world will change for us. And so therefore, I think if we bring our heart, so let me give you another spin on this, and we'll go into details on Friday on Hardwired. And I just answer Peggy over there. It's not just about life coaching, it's bigger than life coaching. It's exciting because it's linked to the International Coaching Federation. You have got exams, it's big work. Okay, I'll explain it in a little while. But because we're so hardwired, what was I saying? It was like hardwired in a certain way. And I think if we bring our heart into it. So when we are focusing on our heart, one thing that you got to remember is that if we can presence ourselves in the here and now, we can feel our heartbeat. And as we feel our heartbeat, we are then forced to breathe differently. And as we slow our breathing down a little bit and we presence ourselves a little bit more, we can start to see clearer at how we are seeing ourselves and what's going on around us. And so the Hardwired seems like appropriate name for our coaching school because of what is the content, where it takes us. And it's another play on our Hard Knocks group. So Hardwired is our coaching division, and there are several programs in there, like Coaching for Excellence. That's a 9 months program for anyone who wants to be a certified coach. So you'll be ICF certified. And what's great about this school, and it's one of the few schools, okay? Actually, I think it's the only one that has someone ready for the PCC qualification. There is the ACC, PCC, and then the MCC qualification in terms of ranking of coaches globally. So this school is the only one that sets a person up. When they complete the 9 months program, they are ready to get PCC certification if they have the number of hours required to be a PCC level. But everyone who does the work will actually get an ACC accreditation if they pass their exams. So it's high intensity, it's great learning. It's like literally going back to school again, but coaching school. And why coaching? Well, the thing is, a lot of our graduates, they love to be supporting people. They love to be staffing trainings like, small group leaders and seniors and all these different co-facilitating positions. And part of the reason for that they love to do that too, is because they want to support other people. Now, you know what? Guess what? With this program, we even coach you to own your own coaching practice. So not only do you get a global certification, you get the second highest ranking in the ICF by completing this. We also coach you on how can you generate an income? How can you open up a coaching practice? We'll teach you how to source for clients, set up your practice so that you can actually get paid doing what you love. Some people want to make a difference in a very big way. So we say, hey, as I said to you in October, I was looking for ways to support people to create incomes. So part of that is so it's aligned. Like I said, one of the things I teach in LEAP is creating multiple streams of income. And some of the biggest things I've learned in this pandemic is how screwed I am with regards to where my income was coming from. It basically came from one source. So I may have been teaching multiple streams of income, but I wasn't practicing it. I didn't have multiple streams at the same time. So to me, this represents an opportunity for people to get certified, get coaching on how to open a coaching business, so that a coaching practice, that's how they call it, I can't call it a business, a coaching practice, so that they can actually get paid being a coach. And then there's the Executive Leadership Mastermind. And that is a mastermind group for people who are business owners, senior executives, CEOs, who do not want the certification. They say, you know, I own my own business, I'm already doing very well, but my company is growing really big. And now I want to support my team, I want to support my people, my managers, and I want to take off the manager hat, and I'm the CEO already. How do I move my people? So there is a special mastermind group for the executive leadership of an organization, where they can do a special module within the CFE. So they sign up for the CFE, that's the 9 months program, and then inside the CFE, people who don't want to be a certified coach can choose to also sign up for the ELM, the Executive Leadership Mastermind, and they will form a small group and get special coaching on how to be the boss and how to also coordinate all of this in the organization and how to move the organization using the coaching hat. And then we've got the learners track. The learners track are people like, say, I want to learn all the stuff. I don't want to do the exams. I don't want to do all the necessary requirements to be a certified coach, but I want to continue my learning. I want to continue growing. So they will attend the CFE, but they won't do all the work necessarily to be a coach. So that's for people who want to continue their learning so they can get this new technology, like the technology of ontological coaching, ecological coaching. There is also, you know what, we'll save the details for Friday. If I tell you everything right now, then Friday Zoom private event is not going to be as powerful as it can be. The Friday event will go into all the details, and that's a 2-hour meeting for people who really want to get into this. And of course, we also have the advanced course in executive coaching, ACE, and that's after the 9 months. There's a 2-month break, and then it's another 6 months program for those who want to specialize to go into business coaching. So coaching CEOs and companies, developing stuff and programs for a company. So that's a different layer. Once you have your ACC or you've got your working towards your PCC, then you do the ACE. There's so many alphabets here. Sounding like a little bit like Singaporeans now. So it's like you're going to the ACE so that you can get certified. And with this certification, then you can also go into big corporations, organizations to learn how to coach that level of people. Okay, so at the end of this session, we will post the invitational for our Friday event for Zoom. That's also a private event, but it's also open to family and friends, people who are interested in becoming a coach. You don't have to be a graduate to do this. This is open for everybody. Also to note, this is, like I said, Lamborghini. It's also costed at that level. This is a premium product, and we're getting some incredible people to train this, and we'll talk a little bit more on Friday. Now we have another division, because once we've got the coaches, what do? Well, we want to be able to also hire our graduates. So for a long time in this tree-level industry, there has been a lot of what we call free work, you know, and because people love it, people love staffing the trainings. People love coming back and being part of other people's breakthroughs and leadership and being part of that journey. And so we've created a 4th division called is our corporate training division. And our corporate training division will also house certified coaches that came from our school. And then we will also have a team of people that we can hire as we do corporate trainings. We now have coaches who are certified, because the bigger global organizations will want certified coaches. So now we will have a stable or a pool of graduates who are certified coaches that we can pay and co-train with when we go into the corporate training world. And we believe the power of any organization lies with the people. It's not just the mechanism in the organization. There's going to be people, people drive the organization. And so when companies grow, and many business owners know this, as companies grow, their people need to grow. If those who have done LEAP, done my Living Every Day in Abundance and Prosperity, my LEAP program, will see, do you see people as assets? Do you see them as liability? Are you investing in your assets? So as corporate training comes up, then because what drives an organization really is the people, our corporate division will be called Heart Drive. So Heart Drive is our corporate division. And so we're going to create powerful and strategic custom design programs that support the people to drive the organization. So putting the heart representing the humans, the people in an organization, to drive the company to the next level. So that is why we've called our corporate division Heart Drive. And we already have a certified trainer in KH to be the Samurai Game facilitator and trainer. He's certified. So we have someone already in our team that can do that. So when we launch, this is available, and we're going to launch it one at a time. So we're going to start with Hardwired and launch that first. And then we will go into our online trainings, which is hardware. And I'm not going to say if, that's not so nice, when the time comes, and we really cannot predict, given the situation that we are in, when that's going to happen. We will have hardcore. And once we have finished our hardwired programs in 9 months plus 6 months, ACE people, then maybe in about 2 years, towards the end of 2022, we will be able to have those certified coaches to launch Hard Drive. Because when we want to go into corporate training, we really want to have a stable of trainers going, coaches going here. We have this whole bunch of pool of certified coaches, and when we come into your organization to do a training, we also have the after sales stuff, the service stuff, such that we can serve your organization with these coaches. And we get to hire back our own graduates. How cool is that? So with my own personal, what I want to be about in the next 5 years, is getting clearer for me. And one of the things I want to do in my own tribe, not necessarily with Hard Knocks, but privately, what I want to have basically is creating a tribe of people to support people to create multiple streams of income. So when the next pandemic comes, people are not going to be screwed as they were. Lesson learned. Some people will forget. People forget easily. If you look today, what's going on, even right now, there's a traffic jam out there in the daytime, and people forget there is a pandemic still going on, and Malaysia doesn't have the vaccines it needs to, vaccinate like 80% of the country. That's what WHO says. You got to have 80% of your country vaccinated before you can go back to normal again. So given where we are in the country, I know this is a live broadcast. There are some things I can't say because KH will kick my butt. It's like you can't say that live.
So, saying that, I'm sure the graduates want to know the date. When are the dates when they can officially sign on to some of the programs?
Well, our first 9-month program is going to start in June. Exactly, Kang Hao. 8 months after, I mean, exactly 8 months. 8 months since we last talked. You know, it's like when I declared it in the middle of October, 8 months exactly will be our first major training. But before that, we have a 2-day, in May, we have a 2-day workshop for coaching. So we want to bring this whole concept of coaching so that people have an experience before they sign on for the 9 months. They get a weekend, and in this weekend, they will have the experience of what's going to happen over the 9 months. So we have like a mini 2-day training workshop intensive. So it's a 2-day intensive to have people see, okay, what's this body of work going to be about? They may have an experience, learn something. And if someone signs up, of course, for the CFE, for the 9 months program, we're going to give them a complimentary seat in the 2-day that will happen in May. So May will be our first offering. And that offering basically is to give people the experience of what it would be like over the 9 months. It's a standalone, and it will feed into the 9 months program. And like I said, if anyone comes in and does the 9 months program, they sign up for that, they get the 2-day free. Price and all that we'll talk about, in the details of the pricing. We will talk about on Friday night. And of course, for those who are graduates, who know KH&I and this body of work, what was known as before Milestone, which is now more of a tombstone. Actually, we can now get it into, we can support them, and we will reveal the pricing for all of this on Thursday night and Friday nights, both those events. We want to, of course, offer for the first generation a super special price, because like I said, Lamborghini, they basically don't give discounts, but we felt like we negotiated an agreement that, okay, for the first one, give us a chance so that people get this, because it's new body of work. You know, let's find a way to grandfather a special price for the first generation. So for all those who will be there on Thursday and Friday, we'll have the offer. The offer will be made there, so you have to register to get the offer.
How about the Plus program? Like, when would the Plus program be starting?
October would be, so last quarter of this year, but it may be some offering. So maybe the ALS Plus, I think maybe around September, October, around that region. And we're only going to offer it in English. We're going to start with just English. So it's not saying that we don't honor our Mandarin-speaking graduates, but we're going to do the English version first for the first generation and for the first few classes. It's going to be pretty challenging to have a translator using another device online, and we've had that experience. It's quite irritating, actually. So we will offer just in one language first. And so people can expect no later than October, and no later than end of October, we would have our hardware be launched and have enrollments for that. We don't have staff, you know, we don't have lots of things, you know, we just declare first. So that's why the Thursday night's event for people who want to play with us, you know, if they want to be on teams, they want to come work for us, we don't know. That will be open to the graduate meeting on Thursday night. We're going to be talking about that a little bit more. So before that, we will probably do at least Leap Plus, at least one class. We will announce that. It'll be after June. So June to October, there might be 1, 2, or 3 graduate programs like Leap Plus, POI Plus, and RW Plus. So those three we can look forward to around the second half of the second quarter. The third quarter, sorry. Third quarter, yeah. The third quarter will have those programs, and then we will launch ALS Plus in the last quarter. That's the game plan.
The graduates are also very keen to know who are the trainers that will be on board for hardware. For hardware.
For hardware.
Sorry. For the training for hard knocks. I'm still getting all the name all mixed up.
Well, hard knocks is a big umbrella now. The ICG trainers are completely different. So they have had experience, of course, they have experience in the 3-level trainings. They were former 3-level trainers, and they will be the trainers there. It's a different body of work. So it's not the work that you're familiar with. The tempo is different, the speed is different, the energy is different. So it requires different energy. So those trainers, even if I tell you who they are, will not make a difference because they have never been to Malaysia in the capacity of hard knocks. So it will be unknown. And because they don't do the 3-level trainings anymore, it makes no difference to tell you who they are. And it's not about the trainer anyway. But some of the familiar names are going to have declared their intent to participate with us. We have Bill Dean will continue participating with the Hard Knocks. We'll have Lynn Sheridan, definitely playing with us. Tom from Australia, Tom Hop, he is looking to participate with us as well. And some of our old favorites will come back. John Mann for sure. He will participate with me when we get to hardcore. He'll come back. And when we get to the face-to-face, because some of the trainers, they don't want to do any online stuff. They're quite clear about that. So, some of the old favorites will be back when we get to the face-to-face again. They've indicated that they will. But we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen. So you can count on Bill Dean, you can count on Lynn Sheridan for sure, and Tom for sure will participate with us. So those are the three. And John Mann as well will participate with us. Itu macam.
How about our secret surprise guest? I'm sure the graduates are all dying like, who is this surprise?
Okay, let me present our junior partner. Like I said, when I first... that was a loud one.
Yes, it is. Time to
I'm not sure
surprise.
Where I heard it from. Did I hear it from my own bedroom, or did I hear it from where you are?
I think it's from the bedroom as well as outside. So that surprise guest come with a power of lightning.
That's right. Yes, in time. Well, we have other surprises, but let's just do this one surprise first. Okay? We're going to have Danush will be joining us. And when he joins us as not just a junior partner, I'm going to just have him also be tutored straight up. So both KH and Danush are basically trainers in training the moment they begin.
Sorry, I scared myself. I heard the thunder on your side, then it came from my side also. I was like, whoa. Lightning strikes. Hi, everyone.
So, Danush, what have you been up to? Like up to now?
Okay. So, Alex, you definitely know, the rest of the world probably doesn't. I've been working with Alex and Lily with InTune, supporting businesses to grow with accounting, outsourcing, helping them to find new clients and things like that. I've been working on network marketing. Recently, I also have a coaching client, and that's been going well. So I'm super excited because when Kesh and Douglas told me about the whole coaching school thing, I was like, oh yes, something to equip more skills, more tools for me to give better coaching. Yeah, so it's like already in line, want to become trainer. Then on top of that, I get to go and learn more coaching tools. So it's like, yeah.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
So, are the guests, did anyone, the legacy, I just want to ask those viewers out there, did any one of you guess it correct? Because many of you were asking who is the surprise guest. And now that we review, how many get it right? Just post down there, post down there.
Probably
Okay.
half the world knows lah.
Well, they might have a guess, but they might not know. So I think that pretty much wrap up everything, right? So I think we just need to post the link for the graduate for the Thursday and Friday, so they can, they can say a few. And then for KH, you need to say something on Hardwired too, right?
Douglas, you have something to say?
No, I was going to say, find Alex to bring you up.
Oh, okay.
About the Tuesday event as well.
Yes. I'm basically the front man for the coaching program. So this is going to be a great adventure for me. I just want to say a couple of things so that you don't get the wrong impression. Douglas has said it's very intense and you got to pass exams. So I don't want you to get the idea that this is like an academic program. There is only one exam and you are groomed to pass the exam anyway. So the training is not about you study, and then you sit for the exam and you better be lucky because we may not give it to you. It's not like that. So from day one, you are already groomed. You are already coached to be a coach. So you have your own coach. You will have coaching practice. You will start having coaching clients somewhere through the program, and you start earning money even during the program, maybe at student rates, but very soon you will go up to be a practitioner rate of charge per hour. So the training is not like a postgraduate degree where you must have some degree or MBA or something to enter. There is no specific entry requirement. So it is a school, but it is not an academia in the normal sense. So your
yes. No prerequisite, no academic prerequisite necessary.
No prerequisite for entry. You just got to have a good head on your shoulders. You have a love of learning, and then you'll be fine. The exam is just one at the end. So there are two parts to it, and I'm going to talk about it on Tuesday. So on Friday, we will have the full details of the program that we are going we have launched. But on Tuesday, I'm talking all about coaching, all the background about coaching, so that you don't get any misunderstanding about what coaching is in this context, because a lot of things go by the name of coaching. Like someone brought up earlier, life coach and so on. But this one, I can tell you, is special. Lamborghini, yes, is not an establishment Ferrari. It's the rebel Lamborghini company that came out to compete with Ferrari. It's more creative. And so I'll leave it for Tuesday, because to do justice to the subject of coaching and also the type of coaching and the context of coaching in this hardwired coaching school, I will give you the idea on Tuesday. Not the details of the curriculum, but I think you need to listen on Tuesday to all the context so that you know and the feel of it, and you will know on Tuesday whether you want to go for it or not. So don't miss my talk on Tuesday. I'll see you on Tuesday, and then again, I'll see you on Friday. Thank you. Thanks, Alex. I just wanted to clear that.
So there's a Tuesday event. There is a Thursday event. The Tuesday event is going to be streamed on KH's Tuesday thingy. So you can ask him anything. You can ask him there. And then, of course, that's open to everybody because it's going to be streamed live. And then on Thursday night, a graduate-only night, they have to register to attend our Zoom meeting. And then the Friday is also a Zoom meeting, and that's open for anybody who wants to know a little bit more. It's 2 hours. The Friday meeting is 2 hours. Okay, just to give everyone a heads up, so they can plan more effectively. For the Thursday meeting, they want to allocate 90 minutes. Okay.
Okay. So for those of you who ask me, how can you be a part of the training company? You want to invest in the training company. You want to work for Douglas and Cage. Thursday. Stay tuned. Go in on Thursday. Ask all your questions. All will be reviewed on Thursday. Coaching school will be on Friday. And then on Tuesday, Cage will give you a preview of what it is all about. So stay tuned. Don't miss all of that and gear up for all your enrollments. Some of you who are excited to go for the plus, now is the time. Let me just give you the link. The link will also be in the message. So yeah, I will flash up the link here and you can just go to the link and register yourself.
Yeah, I've put that in the comments.
Yeah, so it's in the comments, so you can click directly from there, but I'm just flashing it up there. So some were asking the time. So for Thursday is 10, right? 9 to
9 p.m.
9 to 10:30 for Thursday. For Friday, it will be 9 to 11.
Tuesday is 10:30 p.m.
Tuesday will be 10:30 p.m. Okay? Okay, if that's all for tonight, let's wrap it up. Any last closing statement, Douglas?
I'm just excited, and I'm excited about what's next. I am enjoying all the immense learning I'm getting on so many different things. Like I said at the beginning, creating multiple streams of income, and I'm all for that. I'm excited creating the tribe. I'm excited about Hard Knocks, and all the different things that I found and appreciated, and the gift of the pandemic. So it's having a new interpretation, and I'm thankful.
Okay. Kesh?
There are so many layers. Right now, I am really excited about the coaching school. In more than just a coaching school, it is coaching itself. So that's why I wanted Tuesday to explain myself, to explain how exciting it can be also for you. It's not just a training or a course. It's actually something that I have found is going to be to increase the quality of our life, even in this climate of when we look around, we see what can we do to change the world. Well, not much. And all the efforts that we tried to change the world from 2 years ago came to nothing. And so it is very easy to feel pessimistic. So on Tuesday, I'm going to offer you that coaching opens the door to a quality of life that we can even have during our pandemic. And I really believe in this. So for me, my concern now is to talk about coaching and have people understand it, so that when they do come and want to join the school, they are joining it for more than just gaining a qualification. It's like that. I am actually in the middle of, I've started my own training in the same coaching school, except this is in the US. And based on what I've seen so far, if you are a legacy graduate and you want more, this one will not fail to impress you with more. In other words, you will be like, oh, wow, I never knew there could be so much more. And that was my experience as a legacy grad. And I want you to have the same experience. This is like, no kidding. It is the real thing. So that's where I am. I'm focused on the coaching. And of course, I'm very happy in the position that I am now. And all the other things will come in their own good time. And we're going to have fun. And it's going to be very meaningful and very, we're going to create results that we will be very happy with. Thank you.
Thank you. Tanush?
Just super excited, ready to go. It's the start of something new, like that High School Musical song. It's the start of something new. It feels so right to be here with you. Yes. So super excited. Looking forward to see everybody's faces on Thursday and Friday. So let's go.
Okay, so I think the name befits it. This is hard. Just listening to you guys, my heart is beating. I think this hard thing is really knocking it down. So it's a great name, and I'm excited to see you guys back. And with all this training that's going around, I think it's going to be great. So thank you for joining me tonight. I'm going to end the broadcast now. So for those of you who are listening in, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, please block your time and register. Okay? That's all from me. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.